Good afternoon, it's Dr. Jones. Welcome to Empowering 21st Century Leaders. What we want to do today is just highlight something from my new book that will be coming out in about 2 weeks. The name of the book is Lessons Learned from the Kings of Judah and Israel. I want to share from 1 Kings chapter 15, verses 25 through 28. Now Nadab, the son of Jeroboam, became king over Israel in the 2nd year of Asa, king of Judah. And he reigned over Israel 2 years. And he did evil in the sight of the Lord, and walked in the way of his father, and in his sin by which he had made Israel sin. Then Baasha, the son of Ahijah, of the house of Issachar, conspired against him, and Baasha killed the Gibeonite, which belonged to the Philistines, which Nadab and all Israel laid siege to Gibbethon. Baasha killed him in the 3rd year of Asa, king of Judah, and reigned in his place. The first thing is this. The lesson title is Leaders Who Often Pick Up Bad Habits. That's something that we need to try not to do, is to pick up bad habits. We need to be on the right track, and we need to form good habits. A bad habit is a negative behavior. Leaders must be very careful not to pick up bad habits that will jeopardize their future. It is like playing with a poisonous snake. Eventually, it will bite you and can make life difficult or even cause death. It would be wise to not be influenced by those who have a bad reputation as a leader. Leaders should learn about the history of their predecessors, knowledge about organizations of churches and other things may help us to avoid things that become detrimental. There are consequences for not correcting bad behavior and bad habits. If you have taken the responsibility for leading others, remember there are consequences of leading them astray. Leaders should think about what they plan to do and consider the consequences before they do it. Temptations can become snares or death traps. However, the temptations in your life are no different from what others experience is in the Word of God. And we must remember God is faithful. He will not allow the temptation to be more than you can stand. That's 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse number 13. He will not allow the temptation to be more than you can stand. When you are tempted, he will show you a way out so that you can endure. God blesses those who patiently endure testing and temptations. That's James 1 and 12. And afterwards, they will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him. Some leaders even have the habit of lying to their followers or supporters. Teaching the truth is a responsibility that goes with the privilege of leadership. But we belong to God, and those who know God listen to us. If they do not belong to God, they do not listen to us. This is how we know if someone has the spirit of truth or the spirit of deception. That's 1 John chapter 4, verse number 6. Leaders must discern between what is true and what is false as well. Every leader must periodically take a self-examination or inventory his own life. Out of their intimate relationship with God, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the calling and responsibility that goes with being a leader can be better equipped to avoid bad habits. And a final word from Ephesians 6:10 through 16. Be strong in the Lord and in all his mighty power. Put on the whole armor of God, so that you will be able to stand firm against all strategies of the devil. For we are not fighting against flesh and blood, not those type of enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in the dark places in this world, and against evil spirits in the heavenly places. Therefore, put on every piece of God's armor, so you will be able to resist the enemy in the time of evil. Then after the battle, you will stand by still standing strong and firm. Stand your ground, putting on the belt of truth and the body armor of God's righteousness. For shoes, put on the peace that comes from the good news, so that you will be fully prepared. In addition to all of these, hold up the shield of faith to stop the fiery arrows of the devil. And I want to leave you with this. Leaders often pick up bad habits. A lot of bad habits that we pick up is because we're in the wrong crowd. You need to choose your friends and associates carefully. You need to watch how much time you spend with people who cannot sow positive seeds or good seeds into your life. People who will not model the example of Jesus or an excellent example to you. You need to make sure that you don't stay too long. I just stopped by to let you know the leaders often pick up bad habits, and we will never reach our destiny if we stay there too long. This has been Dr. Jones. I'm signing off with encouraging 21st century leaders. May the Lord bless you and may the Lord keep you is my prayer. Walk by faith and not by sight. Watch the company you keep and make sure that God is always first and foremost in your life. Have a wonderful day.